Wait, are we recording actually right now?
Yeah, but just chilling.
Okay.
It's okay.
I was like, you guys are talking in a way that it's like very podcast, and I'm figuring out like,
Well, we're next to the mics now.
Yeah, it's just the
We're warming up.
personality shift.
Yeah.
As soon as the mic starts,
This is how we always talk to each other.
yeah, very,
it's
very
like, hey,
formal.
hi, guys.
But you don't have to pay attention until Killy starts singing. That's when you know we're about to start. Welcome to Fear of Stairs, Desi Films Decoded, the podcast where four friends from different backgrounds unlock the world of Desi cinema. I'm Winnie, the Desi who's never been to India.
Hi, I'm Killy. I'm from India, and I like Jadu. Doop.
My name is Nikki. I love magic.
That's so true. And I'm Adam, and I love aliens as well, including Jadu. And I learned that the fingers that this movie star has just came from the aliens he was interacting with. And that helped explain what his finger problem was.
Oh yeah, you get to see Hrithik's finger so clearly in this one.
Yeah, also,
And the aliens all have the same finger.
The aliens have the same fingers. Did you see
fingers.
that?
Yes.
we haven't introduced the film today. Yeah.
Well, they can guess just based off those two things.
I mean, the moment you said Jadu and Doom.
So our movie today is the Koi Mil Gaya, which is also a title for one of the songs. It stars Hrithik Roshan as this autistic man. Am I allowed to say
I don't
autistic?
think it's autistic, man.
He was autistic.
It's
He has
not
brain
autistic.
Developmentally disabled.
Okay, I'll just say it. All right.
It's honestly like the R word back then. I mean, that's what it was.
But he's
That's
still
what
on the
film was
spectrum.
doing.
He's still
but
on
it's
the...
not autism.
Sorry,
Everyone
chat.
was on spectrum.
That just like if we can't use the word autism, that cancels out all like 15 jokes I had for this episode.
Gotta throw away my train jokes now.
That's it. Yeah, he plays this like developmentally disabled man, and it shows like, and his relationship with this girl who treats him like dirt, but then comes to accept him for who he is. Oh yeah, and there's also an alien.
I do want to say, God, because does anyone know about autism in this group? Because does autism cause someone to behave that way, or because they don't say autism in the movie? Are we just applying that?
I think the term has kind of been loosely changed thanks to the TikTok generation, like
Yeah.
neurodivergent.
Is that? But you can't just call everyone like that autistic.
Like, it's
Isn't
no
that
longer-
worse than the R word?
Like, it's no longer Asperger's syndrome specifically, right? It's
it's
like
not
all
even
kinds
that.
of... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all kinds of like developmental disabilities. If they're a bit slower than their age, you just kind of like classify it as autism, being on the spectrum.
All right, just to be on the safe side, we'll just say developmentally disabled.
No, but I do.
But your
wanna-
jokes, your 15 jokes.
They used a certain term.
mentally
No.
They
They
sa-
used one term, brainoratia.
They kept saying monkey brain.
Monkey brain.
No,
Okay,
no,
that
wait,
doesn't
wait,
sound
no,
any
okay.
better.
On the first scene, when the doctor was explaining like why what happened, like so we see a flashback, right? So the doctor is explaining like the shows are like a blot in the brain.
Yeah.
Well, just explain now, I guess, for context. What happened that the doctor's looking at that explains the brain damage?
Yeah, I mean we'll come to that. Like let's let Nikki begin the story,
Okay, but
right?
just going
And then
forward-
we'll go to that scene
Yeah.
where it all falls out, which is the second scene. Yeah.
Thanks. Autism, I thought made you like smart most of the time.
Different levels, right? There's different levels.
I think neurodivergent is the better word to use, but
But then that's like so
broad,
broad
right?
now, especially in this generation. Okay, but basically he was 8 years old when he got this brain scan, and the doctor revealed that he actually had the brain capacity of a 2.5-year-old. Right? So he's not developing based on his age. He's always going to be...
slow.
He's slow. So I don't know what the correct term for that is. Can we just say slow?
He's stupid.
Hey.
But it's
I don't know.
he's just very slow. We'll just leave it at that. But
Brain deficiency.
That's not any better.
No, Hrithik, there's a news piece where Hrithik explained that it was not autism, it was brain deficiency.
and
Okay.
there's no way it's autism.
Yeah, it's not autism. No, I don't think so. Yeah, it was because his pregnant mother fell on the stomach.
Yes.
Right.
That was the cause of it.
Yeah, because of the alien.
How did? Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Please.
So
go
yeah,
ahead.
let's
no,
start
Koi
the
Mil
story.
Gaya is like it takes a lot of inspiration from E.T. I think there was a bit of like Close Encounters of the Third Kind as well, but it's also more like I think there's like two movies in this one where it's like first like the alien doesn't come in
We
until
clocked it. It's like an hour and 10 minutes.
an hour and 10 minutes.
Hour and 10 minutes before we see Jadu.
Yeah. And then it also did like a bit of like Star Wars, like there's like an opening crawl.
Yeah.
The opening credits
Yes,
was like doing the
yes.
Star Wars style. That was kind of weird. That was a little weird. But yeah, anyway, it begins with this like scientist guy like playing sounds, funky sounds from the computer, and all these sounds are like chanting the word Om,
Yeah.
which is, what does that mean?
Om is like a religious, like a chant mantra kind of thing. And yeah, there were these conspiracy theories. Like this is like those theories like where they explain like, oh, we everything was in Vedas. Like all the signs were in Vedas. Like all the signs were already explained in our religious scripture, and now it's folding out while the scientists discovering things. So this is like in that area, like where he explains like, oh, all the frequency of the planet is within that word Om, and actually like it's funny when it's a like a kid's film or something, but it's not funny when actually adults speak about it on the real world.
Yeah,
But
I didn't know this was a
happens,
real
that happens.
thing.
For context, that happens. So that's what he was saying. Like this, that sound has like the chant has like all the frequencies of the whole planet.
It goes like
whole world.
Om.
Boom, 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 boom.
Om. Yeah, that's
How
it.
is that? That can be anything. That can be boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
that
so-
can be boom.
He makes these sounds, and like apparently, like up in the sky, some extraterrestrial being like responds back, and him
Yeah.
and his pregnant wife decided to go talk to this like science organization
In Canada.
in Canada. And you have like these
He was
assholes.
living in Canada. Yeah.
We will bring this up later. The fucking locations and how
Yeah.
absurd all these locations are. We'll bring this up later, but yes, for no reason they're in Canada
They're
giving
in
a
Canada?
speech.
No, he was working in Canada. That's the point.
I know, but there's no reason for that. But go on.
And then like there's a bunch of these like asshole white scientists. They were like just not nice to him. They were like saying stuff like, when he was explaining like he used the word Om, they were like, oh, so they also believe your religion as well. I don't know. It's like just
Yeah, they were just being like, sane people.
So yeah, anyways, they turned him down, right? And then like on the drive back home, him and his wife noticed that there was like a UFO spotlight, like a bad CGI UFO spotlight. They followed the spotlight, and I guess he inadvertently wasn't looking, and like he flipped the car, and like his wife gets thrown out of the car, and she lands like on her belly,
Yeah.
and that's when
And that's how autism's
that's
made.
how autism is.
Aliens.
Aliens.
And
No.
getting
Starts
crushed.
with A. Shit, no.
So the car explodes, he dies, and yeah, she lets out this like, I swear to God, it's like the funniest scream ever. It's like, it's like,
Okay, fun fact. Do you know that the scientist is the director of the film?
oh, was it?
Yeah, it is played by Rakesh Roshan, the director, who is also Hrithik's biological father, like outside of the screen, like in real life.
Oh,
and also,
he's his real dad?
yeah, he's the dad. He's the director.
He directed his son?
Yeah.
Oh, I
This
didn't
is a
notice this
second
at all.
movie, right? The first
He's
one's
the
Going
fir-
Up
yeah,
Yara.
actually, he launched his son in Kaho Na Pyar Hai,
Yeah.
which is a romantic thriller, romantic thriller, which is like a Bollywood stereotype film structure, like romance and thriller both. And then that's the film he launched his son, and which was a really good film, really good film.
Yeah.
Like, I like that. But yeah, I mean, this is I think the second film I most probably.
I like that
Right,
his
right.
second movie, he's like, I'm going to make my son be
No, I mean his son did other films before
mentally
this already.
disabled.
But I think that's why he let the aliens have the same thumb as his son, so that his son would feel more included.
Oh, jeez. I don't know.
You're right. He's like, it's not my fault.
So before this film, like this one, I remember like Hrithik would hide the six fingers like most of the time, because I mean, yeah, of course, like a character with six fingers would be like a really identifiable the characteristics of someone, and which should be talked about in the script. So it's not in the script. So he would like pose the hand in a way, like even when he's shaking hands with someone, so that like it's not that visible. I think this is the first film which used his thumb a lot.
And let's
In the
explain to the
script.
audience what's going on with the 6-finger thing.
Well,
Explain.
if you listen to our episode on Kabhi Kushi Kabhi Gum, right?
Yeah.
We talked about this. He basically just has a real disability. I don't know.
No,
Can
no,
you?
no.
It's not. It's not. It's
not
just
disability.
It's more
a
inability.
genetic, disgusting mutation.
Disgusting. It's just
Walking on thin ice here.
just a condition where he has an extra thumb,
Yeah,
right?
that's
And
it,
they're
yeah.
conjoined at the bottom, and they kind of conjoin again at top. So it's like a crab claw.
It's like
Almost.
it's like a diamond thumb.
Yeah. And then all the aliens in this movie also have the same exact thumb like
It's,
this.
it's very optimistic that you assume anyone listening to this has listened to our entire back catalog as well.
Hey, you never
Stay
know.
tuned.
You never know. There's that one hardcore fan out there.
but I really like I would have really liked if only Jadu had that kind of thumb and not the other alien. That could have been given a more relatability with the.
But then it makes him look different again. Like
What?
Jadu's like an outcast.
Anyway, Nikki, go on.
Yeah,
Story.
so the significant backstory is that the wife falls on her belly, and that's the cause of that's the cause of our main character's
Brain deficiency.
brain deficiencies. Baby brain goes dum dum.
They're like, sorry, he's gonna be stupid forever now.
Yeah, Rohit. Our character's name is Rohit. He's like Winnie said, he's like this 8. It starts off with him at 8 years old with the brain of like 2.5 years old, and like he has a bunch of these like he goes to this like preppy school. It's like a preppy school, right?
It's a weird preppy from kindergarten to university. It seems
Yeah,
like
same
in the
premise.
same hall.
same premise.
Yeah. So anyway, after like they played some baseball, I guess.
Basketball.
Basketball.
Basketball is
they
a
were
huge
playing
theme.
Cricket, I guess.
Cricket.
Oh.
The smashing the window panes.
Yeah. They're playing cricket.
You get like this quick time skip where you get to see Hrithik in all
Yeah.
his charismatic brain deficiency glory. and
You can
he's-
tell he's stupid because he moves different than other people.
Yeah. He moves different. And then like we get like this first musical scene where it's like set in the highlands. I don't know, is it India?
Oh yeah, now the location.
No, this is the fun part.
So we discussed this because immediately I clocked as this is not India. Obviously, it like they look like they're in the Alps from The Sound of Music.
Yes. That's
Like
it.
they
That's
look
what
like
I'm
they're in the Swiss Alps, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this doesn't make any sense. Like none of it looks like India. And then I asked like Tilly, like, what location is this? Like I don't get this. And then later it cuts to them being like a really like okay. Their village is a weird, made-up fairy tale place that looks like an Epcot European city in the middle of the Alps, but not the same looking Alps that they're sometimes dancing in. And we figured out, we looked it up. Tilly, what are the different locations?
So there were like New Zealand, there was India of course, and then there is Bali.
yes,
Bali.
Yeah. So I
and
remember-
somewhere else, and
Europe, right?
Europe.
It was
but
just,
no,
there
but
was
somewhere
Europe.
what was Switzerland or something like
yeah.
that.
Switzerland, yeah.
So they
They
would
were
cut.
Bali. Yeah.
They would cut between
I'll tell
like in the same scene of people walking. It would cut from like Swiss Alps to New Zealand to like Bali
Yeah.
and back, and they had to like keep track of this. It makes zero sense besides money laundering because like the plot doesn't need Swiss Alps, and they couldn't even if you're in the Swiss Alps, just film all of it there. But then they keep filming in New Zealand or back in India if it's like a street,
Why
and you can
Bali?
clearly see the difference.
Everywhere.
but it's mainly for songs. It's like
no.
Yeah, except for like
Everyone's
the in.
house. No, they were the main major characters.
Yeah.
And major characters. Each of their house was in different country.
Yeah,
So when the Pretty Zinta comes in the picture, so when you remember the scene where the parents of Pretty Zinta and the parents of that asshole guy were having a conversation on the porch.
Asshole. Oh, Raj. Yes.
Yeah, I mean not when Hrithik comes in.
Yeah.
It was before that, like just when they have come to the city. It was either Pretty Zinta's house or Raj's family's house, one of their house. But those are the people who were talking on the porch, and the background was Bali. You could see the step, the step,
The rice
farm,
fields.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's like, I at first I felt like, oh, maybe this is India finally. But then I'm like, no, look at the step rice field. I mean, India has step rice field, but not in a similar looking way. So and then already I saw on Wikipedia that they shot in Bali. I'm like, this definitely is in Bali.
And they had a whole village that it looks like they built in
Right.
Europe or something
Right.
Yeah.
just to
Yeah,
shoot
and it's-
that.
But I think that was New
named
Zealand.
Kasoli.
Sometimes, I think I don't like I thought or some European town, some weird location sponsored
Yeah,
by
I think
Nescafe.
the city, the school area part, it's in a film city, right?
Yeah.
I think it's a studio. Yeah.
But it's just wild, like, because all of these things, which is like a town and a mountain, you could film in India, but they chose instead to like take all the crew and spend all this money. It's so expensive to do that. And then go to like, some European mountain, but then to also take everyone to go New Zealand and then Bali, like, and none of it's for the story. It's all locations that could take place in India because they aren't in Europe or New Zealand. They're supposed to be in India.
I mean, in film, people do that a lot, like shooting somewhere else
For
and-
cheaper reasons. They went to all like places
or-
way
or
more
for
expensive than
artsy reason,
India.
to make it look beautiful, for access, or it can be any other thing. But it usually is in one single place. It's not like one scene in New Zealand, one scene in Switzerland, one scene in Bali.
But we
one
know the
scene in
Roshans are
India.
very wealthy, right? They come from a lot of money.
I
They've
mean,
been in the
he's-
film industry for a long
Yeah,
time.
it's the second generation. Do you think it's second or third generation?
So, Kili, you
I
mentioned
guess?
when this movie was filmed that at this point there was a lot of money laundering in Bollywood. They were just using to turn
like
black money into white money.
Bollywood had a money laundering thing going on for a bit. Yeah, for a long time. Yeah,
Do you think this film is one of their
maybe
missions?
highly possible. I mean, they have to inflate the profit so that they can actually turn the like black money into white money. But I mean, I cannot be on like for sure that this was part of it, but could be. Yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, they are in the Swiss Alps, I guess, basically.
Yeah, and he's like surrounded by these. I was really confused by this first mention. Like he was surrounded by a bunch of children. And I wondered like where are their parents?
That was what I was wondering too. Like, where is any adult
Where
here?
are their parents? And then I just like later we find out that those are his best friends. They're his best friends.
Okay, please. So he's in class, and is this the part where you were saying I was hung up on? Because this is a part I'm very hung
Does
up on.
Preeti Zinta come into the picture
No,
yet?
No.
Okay, no.
This is the other part. So he is. Well, we find out he's the same age as like the enemy, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
like what, like 20? They're in university, so it's like 21 or 22, right? But he is in like what, like
7th grade.
Seventh grade.
He's not even in seventh grade. He
What
was like her mother was asking the principal to take him to the seventh grade.
Yeah,
He was on then he's in the sixth.
so
grade.
he's in 6th grade.
Yeah.
He's like 21 or 22 in 6th grade.
Oh, Adam was hung up with the math of his brain
How
development.
many?
Like
how,
where did he start and where was
Right,
he stuck
'cause
and how was the progress?
If
Yeah,
at
go
8
on,
years
Adam.
old he has a two-year-old brain,
Right.
then at 21 he should have
like with nothing? He didn't progress. Because if he's an 8-year-old with a 2-year-old brain, he's 5 years back, right? Or 6 years back, right?
Yeah.
So then if he's 22, he should be like
like
what?
a 16-year-old. He should be in high school at least.
Then you're thinking his growth is like his
Linear,
growth
right?
slope is as like parallel to regular people's growth slope.
Sure.
No, his growth slope is slower than the other people's growth slope.
But then it's how many
So-
years did he repeat the same exact class over and over and over again?
I guess this depends on, is he gonna develop slowly or is he gonna reach a point where his brain just stops developing
Well,
completely?
that's what I was wondering too. Like, is he 80 when he becomes an adult, like mentally?
No, I think since he's slow, but also there is a limit of like when your brain development stops. So whatever is earlier like happens to him. So he's like if let's say like in 25, 26 his brain development stops, and then by that time he's like 15, so he stays as 15.
These best friends of his, he's only known for like a year. Because I'm assuming he just gets stuck in his grade and then kids just flow through and he's just stuck in 6th grade.
Yes.
And I feel like he should have a better relationship with his teacher because he must have spent like 10 years with this teacher or something.
who are very rude to him
Asshole
throughout the
teachers.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, asshole teachers. But anyway, they were so Rohit and his kid gang, they all ride scooters.
That's so funny too.
Which is like, is that a normal thing in India?
It's the most
those,
two-
those, those those like pedaling scooters,
Yeah,
right?
like-
No, this was not a normal thing. I mean, like
Well,
we
I don't
never
know,
used
I
to
don't
do
know.
that.
Those wouldn't
First of
survive
all.
a day in the Indian streets, though.
And then my parents got me one when I was like 5 years old, and then that was like a spectacle, and like everyone would like come and see like what the fuck is this thing, like because it's rare, and then no one would like be like gutsy enough to ride them on the street.
It's the most 2003 thing. This movie was 2003, and it's the most 2003 like artifact of it.
Yeah. And because they're in like scooters, so here's where Adam mentioned already, like there's a bad guy. He's like the bully. He's like name is Raj. He's like this. They say he's like the district magistrate's son.
The district magistrate who behaves like a king. Oh yeah, we'll come to district magistrate role later.
But like he rides in like this biker group, and like we have like I swear to God, this is like a funny scene. Like the biker gang and the scooter gang meet on this bridge. Like it's a fucking showdown of some
And
sort.
it's children though. Like they're
It's
facing
children.
off against little children on scooters, and also just pass. There's no reason why you can't just go past
they
each
start
other.
fighting. They actually start fighting with the kids at one point, like so like throwing the kids off like.
Yeah.
Imagine being like guys
Oh
on
my
like a
God.
motorcycle, and you see a kid on the street across from you, and then you just decide it's time to fight this dude.
Yeah, absurd.
Yeah, but we have like some of the greatest like action scenes, like chase scenes, and like we get to like they introduce us like characters. Like there's like the Inspector Khan and his like bumbling assistant. I don't know who. I feel like I've seen that actor before.
He's Johnny Dever. So he's actually a really nice actor. He had been like under like he's a very talented comedian. He
the
so
one with the
there is, like,
glasses.
yeah.
We've seen him before in another
so
movie.
it's part of Indian storytelling. There will be always like the clown, right, in the story, and then he used to always be that character, like who is clown, like at whom people would laugh, like because his stupidity or his like, what's the English term? Gesture, right?
Yeah.
Gesture. Like he's the jester, court jester. Like he would be the film jester character. Like people would laugh at him before his weirdness. I mean, he had been playing that role in Bollywood films for long, and like there are certain actors like him. Like he's one of them. And he had a really good spell in Bollywood.
Do you
doing those
remember
kind of roles.
the other movie he was in that we saw?
I think
We
we,
saw him in
started
something.
watching Karan Arjun at one point, and which we didn't finish, and he was there.
Which one was that?
No,
Oh, we
I,
didn't
The
I
I
think
Shah
think
we
Rukh
it was
did
Khan,
something
but there's
else with
another
him.
one. Was
We
he
didn't do the
Kabhi
podcast
Kushi?
about it, huh?
Was he in Kabhi Kushi Kabhi Gum?
Was he? I don't think so.
We've definitely
I
but
feel
yeah,
like
but
I've seen his
he
face.
pops up in a lot of movies. He's like the Rob Schneider for Adam Sandler
Rob
movies, you know, or vice versa.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Johnny Liver, he's amazing.
yeah, Johnny Liver.
Rob Schneider's not amazing though. Yeah, so anyway, the bad guy Raj, he's like the district magistrate's son, and then like I think
Top dog, basically, if you're the
Yes.
district magistrate.
and then like we later find out that he was Rohit's classmate
At one point.
at one point.
They were in class
so
together.
there's history there. Anyway, we're introduced to this like the girl character, the lead actress. I forgot. I don't know what her.
Preeti
her-
Zinta.
I don't know who she is.
I forgot her name in the movie though.
Nisha. That's it.
Nisha.
Nisha. Yeah, like she just isn't in the town, and then like she runs into Rohit and his kids, and like
His friends. His friends.
I have a hard
best
time saying that. And like, I guess she didn't even stop to question like what is a grown ass man doing with a bunch of children. Not once did she question that, but like she wants to like find what was she trying to look for? Like asking for directions, and then like
yeah, Raj's house, I guess.
Raj's house, yeah. And then like they decided to prank her by misleading her and giving them a ride to this movie theater. And then like that's when she starts to realize that like I think there was like
They're not good kids.
they're not good kids, and like the man that she's talking to like is a man child.
But she doesn't realize that. She just thinks he's an asshole. But she
Hrithik's mother has to come and explain. So I think the experience of Indian women with Indian men is such that like they cannot.
Yeah, the bar is so low.
They cannot actually.
She's like, that was like a normal dude.
It's a brain development issue, or
She's like, that's the nicest, smartest man I've ever met.
Yeah, and it extends to this party that they were at where like Rohit and a bunch of other children were hiding under the table, and then there was like that funny misunderstanding scene where he accidentally spills food.
I had a question. Like, if two kids were like still like taking food for them, why were they hiding below the table? They could be anywhere else in the whole.
I don't know.
Yeah, no logic here.
Whole party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I read that they filmed the under the table parts. Those were all in northern China, but then above the table parts were in southern India.
It's like such a global movie.
I'm kidding about that.
Okay, fine. Well, right into it. But yeah, like, I mean, after all that, like, Rohit's mom tells him that, you know, you should be more of a gentleman and say sorry, something. So then that's what Rohit was trying to do by, like, putting bubble gum to Raj's car.
No, he was trying to put a I'm sorry note on Nisha's.
Yeah, on Nisha's
car.
ride or something. And then like I think like they started like bullying him. Like you get this bizarre scene where like the biker gangs drives their bikes around Rohit.
They always go in circles around him. Every single time they see him, they just circle him.
And then like run over his scooter. And while that was unfolding, Rohit's mom was like watching the chaos unfold. And then like you cut to this scene where they were like just laughing at how they bullied this man-child.
Well, they're jealous too, right? Like, because isn't the girl Nisha like flirting with
Raj?
No.
With Rohit. Not yet.
Even smart.
Yeah.
They're just being dicks.
But in this scene,
They
then
were just being dicks to him because he's a man-child.
yeah, but in the scene, he's trying to put the I'm sorry note, and then Raj puts the gum, right, to set him up to show Nisha that.
No. So what happened? I remember. No, it was not Raj. It was Rohit, the chewing gum, because he doesn't have the brain capability to think that if there is a chewing gum that her hair would get stuck. So he was trying to put the sorry note on the car in a just random place, and then it wouldn't stuck because it's a fucking piece of paper. And so he takes out his chewing gum, puts on the seat, and then about to stick the paper, Raj comes and then like, what are you doing? And then see what he was doing. He was putting chewing gum on your seat so that you have to cut your whole hair. But poor Rohit, he didn't know.
He's too stupid.
I was almost at the verge of crying.
So yeah, the biker group was like laughing at his misery, right? And then Nisha suddenly says like, yeah, he deserves that. And then you get like a very vengeful Rohit's mom saying like, no, he should be hanging out with you. He should be with you as intellectuals or something like that. But like this scene took me out because everyone around them stops what they're doing and just listens to this powerful speech Rohit's mom was giving.
And they were disrespectful to older elders in the town.
But the scene shows that Nisha doesn't know. Nisha doesn't know that he's developmentally disabled. She feels genuinely bad. But Raj and everyone knew because they were in the same class with him at some point.
Yeah.
So they're just complete assholes.
Such an asshole.
Fucking
Yeah.
assholes.
Yeah.
But then but because Rohit's mom, you know, has that tearful speech, Nisha feels bad. She decides to buy Rohit like a bike, and then tries to become friends with him. She takes him to this like to the nightclub where they force the biker gang to say sorry.
So this is like I'm
this is
so
where Adam's next
confused about this. Well, okay, so ethically or morally, I know he must be like 21, 22, like we said, right? At least. So he's physically old enough to go into a club, but he's in 6th grade and mentally in that. Is it right to take him to? Would you take a 6-year-old to a club? And is that this?
No.
So then why him? And is it different? Am I wrong?
We're starting
It was wrong. Yeah, because he was getting ogled at by lustful women, like who were trying to make him drunk, and then maybe take advantage of this little kid.
Well, that's like,
That's kind of,
I
yeah,
don't
when you put
know.
it that way, that's kind of.
I did bring up the like imagination scenario. If this was a girl who was 21 or 22 with the brain of a 6-year-old and the guy brought her to a club, he would be like canceled immediately.
That's why.
Right.
That's where we get poor things.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Poor
And
things.
also, this is 2003, so I feel like you
Oh.
need to cut it some
When
slack,
people
right?
are like,
Because
No.
but I think if this movie came out today, it'd probably still be canceled both ways. Like I said, when it comes to children, I think the gender argument is less important because both ways are wrong. It doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl.
sure.
They're a child. But I think this whole movie, the argument is, should we treat him as an adult or as a kid because he's physically a grown
that
man?
gray area makes that film so real.
Right.
So uncomfortable.
Right. But Nisha took him really just for them
what?
to apologize, but it was the biker gang that ended up trying to get him drunk right?
Yeah.
Now, what does the
Bastards.
biker gang have with them at the club? Let's not forget a basketball.
No, that comes later.
They don't have it there too?
No, not
Okay.
in this scene.
All right, because they always have basketballs
They have
around.
always
them.
basketball to bully people. Like
They're constantly playing
I think
basketball in different
They
places.
had it. It
Yeah.
was not shown because the story didn't require in this
Mm.
scene.
Yeah.
But if they had to bully Rohit in some other way,
Yeah.
they had to bring out the
Yeah,
basketball.
the element of bullying in this scene was just get him drunk.
Yeah.
Get this
Oh, by
8-year-old
the
drunk.
name, the Raj, like I just remembered one thing. Like it's almost like another thing. Like I was saying, like the father and son being played by the same actor. Like we got used to it. Also, the name Raj, if it's played by Shah Rukh Khan, it's a hero. Otherwise, it's always like an asshole guy.
Is this throughout, like for most of Bollywood films?
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
was just
very
thinking. Like
interesting.
whenever I see like a Raj character, like when it's not by Shah Rukh Khan, if it's by Shah Rukh Khan, then it's a hero. If it's not by Shah Rukh Khan, it's almost always like a fucking bully or an asshole
Oh,
guy.
I wonder if Shah Rukh Khan had to pay a patent or something to have the name Raj.
I looked it up too, by the way, and that club was filmed in a submarine
In China or India?
South China
in the
Sea.
ocean.
Oh, Indian Ocean. Okay.
It was in a submarine, deep sea.
I almost believe that. Yeah. So, Rohit gets uncomfortable at the club, and then
Because he's 6 mentally. He's around like sex and alcohol, and he's 6 mentally,
yeah.
He's like,
and he's about to get bullied.
cold drinks
Yeah,
doesn't taste
and-
like that.
He doesn't like the taste of absolute, right?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that
I
one.
don't remember the absolute if you say so. Yeah.
Okay, he walks out from the club, and then Nisha follows him, and then we have this cute little scene where they're dancing in the rain, and then you get to see
this
Rohit's funky dance moves.
Yeah,
where,
it's done. This dance was very asexual, right? Like it was a very kid
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
no,
they're jumping
you
around.
said that in the beginning, and at the end, it got super sexual.
No, this was the second dance that they had. This is an
that
Alps.
was the Koi Mil Gaya dance. This
No, but they
is-
were both in rain.
No, but this one was playful. They're jumping around.
yeah,
They're doing
on
a
the puddle, like
yeah.
they're jumping on the puddle. That's the other one.
Yeah.
I just like that Rohit can dance at a 7th grade level.
Well, his body
defying gravity.
So he has a 6-year-old body, I guess. Man body, but can't move it because 6-year-olds can't move their bodies, but they can. I don't know why he moves like that.
Yeah, it's like the feet twisty thing. I don't know. It was just he was doing a Michael Jackson.
That's what happens when your mom falls while she's pregnant.
outside of the plot, Hrithik is a really good dancer.
Yeah.
He's
You
one
Are
of
My
the good
Sonia.
dancers in Sonia. Hey, here was Hrithik's mother's name was Sonia.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, it was. Yes, I almost
this
forgot that.
Bollywood's obsession with Raj and Sonia's and Rohit, these are names keep on popping up again and again. Yeah.
Why is it because Indians don't have?
Yeah, but these are very popular names. A lot of Indians I meet
Rohit,
are
I
named
have heard. Sonia, very.
Sonia. So many Sonias. At least North India.
Yeah, then yes.
Yeah.
All right.
The rain shots they filmed in Namibia, but because the heat's so strong, they had to use
The
showers.
first Sonia I met was Indian, but in Bangkok. In my life.
Okay. Apart from, did you meet her at the
Should we talk about this, Sonia?
everyone
Do you
wanna-
want to tell?
Does everyone want to go around and say
I
the
think
first time they
even
met
if it's-
Asanya?
even if it's popular, I've never met Sonia. Yeah.
Okay, let's go on.
So yeah, anyway, that scene establishes their friendship, and then I guess Rohit thinks that they're together, kids, man-child,
Yeah.
man-children. Anyways, she
Yeah, the kids are all like, "Hey, go be the boyfriend or whatever."
they're
Yeah,
the
yeah.
most supportive group of friends. A bunch of kids that give like relationship advice. Like
And they're all smarter than this guy who's repeated 6th grade. I'm assuming like 15
No,
times.
because you know why? Because they're gonna pass and go to the 7th grade, but he cannot.
They're gonna
so
bully
he's
him
dumber.
later down the road. These are all future bullies.
yeah, they were like, you are boyfriend girlfriend if you kiss or something. I don't know.
Yeah, if you kiss.
Yeah. So I guess there was like a scene where like she was introducing them. Nisha was introducing her parents to Rohit, and then back home Rohit wants to learn computers, and then like they stumbled upon the machine that like calls out to the aliens.
Wait, I want to say something here. Like there was a scene like when that scene like when Nisha was introducing Rohit to his parents. So before Rohit comes into the picture in that scene, like she was telling them like about Rohit, and they were like, yeah, right, like this might have happened. And his father, Nisha's father comes out with some research paper or something like that about the brain development issue and shows like takes a printout, shows it to Nisha and stuff like that. And at that point of time, Rohit comes, right? And then when Rohit was saying like some random weird shit, like he gonna drink Complan or something, Bonvita or something. So his father was really startled, and then Nisha was pointing at the paper that he only gave her as a printout to show that that paper read mental retardedness.
Really? Did it say that?
Yes, for a tiny bit of second, I saw it's a paper that had mental retardedness in its name of the paper.
So in India, is the R word retarded as sensitive as it is in the West?
No, I think it's a lesson we got from the West gradually.
Look, in 2003, everyone was saying retard.
Yeah, that's true.
everyone
2003
in school, we were
was
calling
fair
each other
game.
Like in
Yeah.
America,
Since
we're not
people
sensitive.
are
I
not-
said that all day in high school.
You
Yeah.
retard.
Like 2003, I was in 9th or 10th grade. I literally said retard every other word. At that time.
I just got the memo that it cannot be said, but I never understood why it cannot be said.
But it's not PC. Yeah, because when I went to university in the States, this must have been like 2014, 2015. We already had a whole campaign on campus about spread the word to stop the word being retarded.
We did use it for everything bad.
Why-
The same
why
way
though?
we use gay for bad. Like when I was growing up in high school, things were gay or retarded. If something was bad, and that all went away, and I'm fine with it. I don't care.
Happy.
No, not for
Down
us.
the way where nights the gay and the sun shines daily.
That is retarded. But yeah, anyway, so all the high school words, it took me a long time to unsay it, which I don't have a problem with it, but that's the only vocab we had back then.
Okay, now Rohit discovers his father's
So
computer.
supercomputer, and then I think he gets like this like fantasy like was it like the next song? It's like it's the title song like
Koi Mil Gaya.
Koi Mil Gaya or some shit.
Beam, beam, beam.
Mm.
He makes the sound with the device, right?
Yes.
Like the beam, beam, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. So here is another confusion I got. He's saying that Nisha was asking him like, how do you know like what to press? What's the order? Like, how do you know this? And he's like, I knew it from childhood. My mother taught me. And then when he was using, his mother got angry because he was using the computer. So if they are barred from using the computer, if her mother had the trauma of that, like, okay, because of this device, my husband is not here anymore. My son is like brain development issue.
Wait, that's such a big leap. I didn't even think about that. So she's mad at the computer for the UFO coming and flipping the car?
Yeah,
is that like, because otherwise, what's wrong with using the computer?
She associates everything with that with the chain of events, right? So she forbids anything to do with the aliens. She forbids them
No more
anything
aliens.
No, not to deal with the computer or anything. But that was the computer that made that sound, right? So if she was so anti of using that computer ever again, like how did Hrithik learn those sounds?
You know what's interesting?
That's the biggest question.
If he has been in 6th grade for like 10 years, do you know the evolution of computers he saw from that time? From 1993 to 2003. Like he went from like VHS and cassette tapes to CDs to MP3s, all while being in 6th grade.
In 1993, no one was learning computer in school.
I was.
At least in India.
Actually, if you do the math, it doesn't add up because he's 20 years old at this point, right? So, and this is 2003. So his dad must have been calling aliens 1980s, 1983 at the earliest.
Yeah.
But the computer looked old like that.
Right.
It's the computer his dad built.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
I just think it's funny that Rohit asked Nisha to teach him how to use a computer, but then Nisha asked him, "Can you teach me the tune?" So he wrote to type out the tune. I don't know, just
it was all like no, it was just a facade.
I'm very excited when
lesson was just a facade. Nisha didn't have good intention here. Sorry to say.
What?
She's taking advantage of him?
No.
Not yet.
I mean, I think she wanted to get digged down by him at this point.
Yep, this is the big hang up. You're getting a glimpse of it now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just my
the Koi
opinion.
Mil Gaya song towards the end becomes very sexual. It's like Nisha is projecting this guy who is a man-child but physically well developed and everything.
Yeah.
And kinda lolling over him, and then the song's language, Koi Mil Gaya, I have got someone. It means I found someone. It's totally a romantic words. I found someone. Koi Mil Gaya. Okay, if they say Koi Mil Gaya first term in with respect to Jadu, that makes sense. Okay, I found someone alien who is helping us. That's a different. But the song happens when Jadu is not in the picture. So Koi Mil Gaya is I found someone, which is romantic, and then the dance becomes towards the end as romantic.
And what does it say about her liking someone that's stupid?
So this was the big hang up. Just for context, Killy, Adam, and I watched this together. Nikki watched on his own. And while we're watching it together, Adam and Killy were very stuck on this point about how can Nisha be dating Rohit.
I was
She's
very
exploiting
anti.
him because he's a child, basically.
At first, I was opposing Adam a lot, but then towards the end of Koi Mil Gaya song, I'm like, no, Adam, you're right.
Even though it's not very sexual, but it's romantic. At that point, I wouldn't say it's sexual, but it's romantic. You see that there's feelings.
I felt like at this point it was more of a platonic thing. You guys didn't feel that way?
It was platonic, but platonic is still platonic. Can you have a platonic relationship with
I think it's platonic, but I think she's developing feelings for him, and I don't think she's taking advantage of him. She's not pushing him to do anything he's uncomfortable with. It's
true.
She's going with the flow, but she is falling for him.
She's just waiting him to be a mature person in 40 years.
It's a bit of a reach.
I will wait. There was a Indian advertisement where a girl comes to see it's like an arranged marriage thing, and the girl sees a house which is a very nice, it's a Asian paints or some painting advertisement, and they see the painting on the house, it's such nice color. The girl wants to get married in that house, and then the parents go to that house with the girl, and they figure out that the boy they have is a young kid, and then she says oh, main intezar karungi, I will wait. It was a paint, a wall paint advertisement.
I don't know. I didn't follow that. Sorry.
No. Okay. Should we quit or not?
No, go ahead. Let's just keep going. Sorry.
So it sounded like that she's waiting for him to grow up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But he
that
won't.
sounds kind of fucked. So.
Again, if it was flipped, if it was a guy with a 20-year-old girl who had the brain of a 7-year-old or whatever, you'd be like, no way.
That's kind of wrong.
Both ways are wrong.
It is, wrong either way.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. In the movie setting, you see the intention of the person who's doing it, right? And she's not doing it out of malicious intent.
I don't think it's malicious, but he's and imagine the weird boners this guy gets in 6th grade or whatever.
Was my question.
I mean, it doesn't say
he's getting boner or
it doesn't say whether he's gone through puberty or not.
He must have. Because
And
he's
we
like a
all-
20-year-old with muscles.
Yeah. And one thing for me about this movie is that we don't know his mental age. And just because he's feeling in an academic setting doesn't mean he's at a certain age, right?
Yeah.
Like
Did he seem emotionally mature to you?
no, not at all. But like I think he had the capacity for it, but his mom might have been so hung up on him finishing school that he was not allowed to mature in his own way. Like he's just never gonna do well in math, for instance, but that doesn't mean that he can never
He
gain
ends up
some kind
becoming
of
the best scientist from India in second part. yeah, that's true.
but with some aliens help, some alien
Yeah.
drops.
I just think
But
there's a lot of fish in the sea, and I'm curious why she would choose a guy with that mental capability, no matter how many muscles he has, over any other guy.
Maybe he was the sweetest guy she
Right.
ever met.
And
I
that's
mean,
sad as
When
fuck.
you compare
Yeah,
it to
that's
people
sad.
like Raj, who's beating him up, you can see there's not
Yeah,
that
I
many
know.
good
It's
selections.
Like the town didn't have much choice.
Yeah.
Like she came, like what's fun here to do? She was asking, and then like the guys available were like douche, so she's like, I'll just go with the retard.
But imagine you're like dating this guy, and like you wake up and he like drew on the walls, or he like pissed the bed or shit himself, or
He
like
was not doing that
or
much.
he's just
Adam.
like he's like eating
Okay,
cereal all
pissing
day
the
or
bed
playing
is
video
not a
games.
sixth
He's
standard thing. Pissing
Yeah.
the bed is not a sixth standard. Maybe he'd paint on it, like do like the draw stuff on the wall.
He never did that too.
You guys are building lore for this guy.
he cannot have a job. He cannot drive.
I mean,
he
we
cannot
don't know
support
that.
you.
We don't
Nisha
know.
Nisha can have
Yeah.
a job.
Should he drive?
He's driving a scooter on the
Should he
road.
drive a car? That's different. He can't drive her anywhere.
He drives a scooter.
I don't think he can. Again, I don't believe in child labor, Winnie. I guess
I
you
can't
are,
drive.
but I don't think 6-year-olds should work.
I can't drive.
Depends on how you want to
I-
see his age.
I can't drive car properly, so should I not have a relationship?
You need to be able to drive a car. A driver's license is a prerequisite for a relationship.
Oh no.
This is where the basketball comes in.
Yes.
So the next scene is that there's a basketball game.
So yeah, and you said there's like a bit of this movie, that movie. This one has a bit of Air Bud and Space Jam.
Yes. That airbud element will come at a later point, but right now there's like the biker gang loves to play basketball. They're like star
They
players.
always like they're
Star
always
players. And then like I guess Rohit gets jealous at how much Nisha was cheering on for Raj.
yeah.
That like he tries to learn how to play basketball. And then you get like this another bully scene where they like circle around him and throw the basketball into his face.
And basketball is a weird choice because it's not big in India, right?
No.
So they're just like, and it's not big in Europe that much either, like where this European village is, or even necessary. I mean, I guess Canada a little bit. So it's a weird choice that they're playing basketball.
Yeah.
I think it's just to show a jock sport.
Yeah, it's a jock sport.
Yeah.
I think that's the right thing. Yeah, I think football is like more of a basketball can be associated with rich people. in
Yeah, and I think Space Jam came out in 2001, and I honestly think they like saw a Space Jam. That's what I think.
India. Yeah.
I think Airbud was around that time too.
Yeah.
There is a dog playing basketball, right?
Yeah, he plays a lot of sports. There's a lot of movies, like one movie per sport.
But the
wow.
Air Bud movie is a more realistic portrayal of basketball than this movie.
Yeah.
No. Okay. No, so here is the thing. What is Hero Cup? Like, what was Hero Cup? Like the cup that the championship they're playing. Like, he challenges Raj on a basketball game, and says that. Oh no! Sorry.
This is-
this is later. This is
Wait,
later.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
We have to meet
because-
Jadu first.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
No worries. I think we get like, so yeah, he gets beaten up by a basketball, fucking baby, and then like he's just like he goes to, there's this like weird prayer scene. Like, why do good people get punished?
Oh yeah, we should just
There's like
mention
some religious undertone.
there's a lot of Catholicism
Yeah.
in here. I forgot. Yeah, the mom is Catholic, and there's a lot of
The mom is
The mom-
Catholic?
wasn't she?
I
Did they have a
don't
bunch of
know.
Catholic imagery? In
I
the
assume
house?
they're
No,
Hindu.
the school was Catholic.
The school's Catholic.
Yeah. This is
Yeah,
a
okay.
father. The
Okay,
school had
okay.
a father. The principal was kind of in a, like, those
Robes.
whatever that thing,
Yeah.
the designation hierarchy in the Catholicism. Like,
Yeah,
he
so they
was in
have-
that kind of dress.
They have a lot of like Catholic symbols. Yeah. Anyways,
but like he's basically like questioning to God that like why do bad things happen to good people or something.
Yeah.
And then like I guess at the same time the sounds reached the alien mothership, and that's when the aliens started
Mothership.
I don't understand what they're trying to do. Like, are they here to drop that one alien off or something?
They just come here for like I think picnic or something.
No,
like,
it was the
they have
exact
to
same
hang
plot
out
as
for a
ET.
bit.
They all no, I'm serious. They all come out and then they all go back in except he gets
he
lost.
forgets,
Yeah.
the way.
Okay. They build like a crop circle or some shit. Anyway, the alien lands in Rohit's backyard, and that's where he takes the alien in. The alien is like this blue Star Wars reject.
He's so cute though.
Jadu, which is magic.
Yeah,
right.
Jadu is magic.
Magic.
He's so
Jadu.
cute. He's so cute.
Winnie, you grew up to this movie.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I watched it when I was young. It was like a childhood family film.
Oh damn! I've been bashing it.
No, but
No,
what,
not nearly as much as Adam has been. Yes.
I want to know your opinion on Jadu.
I love Jadu. Jadu's cute. I remember Jadu was one of the few Hindi words we knew. So after this movie, we just kept saying Jadu, like for most games. Yeah, it was not a scary alien movie by any means.
Did you have any Jadu toys or
No,
merch?
I was asking Killy if Jadu dolls were a
I've never
thing.
seen one.
But I feel like it should have.
Such a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Franchise. I
They
don't
blew
know,
it if
because
they don't
Jadu was
have it.
popular. Actually,
Right.
Jadu was really popular.
They should have had like
But
McDonald's Jadu toys.
Did he become like a cult classic and did his character show up in other Indian movies as
No,
Jadu?
but there are so many amazing spoof of Jadu, like on
jeez.
YouTube and everything. People go check out the spoofs, like, but they're mostly in like different Indian local languages, sometimes like funny dialects and stuff like that. And where I just found out a podcast where Jadu is a guest on the podcast, and he's just bashing on Rohit that how dumb he was.
How does he speak? Does he speak in the same voice as the movie?
No. He's just speaking in Hindi there.
Yeah.
And then he was just bashing him like I tried to help him so much, but he's such a fucktard. But whatever I gave to him. I had to give his son because he was such an idiot. Like, yeah, the podcast was funny. Like, yeah. Anyway.
I like the Jadu character though because I feel like we were not scared about aliens at all growing up. I think growing up in Indian culture, there's already plenty to be afraid of. Mostly your parents are the most scary ghosts. But yeah, like aliens were friendly because of this movie.
men like Raj.
That's.
Did you watch it a
That's
lot?
a real ghost. We watched it a couple of times. Yeah, my brothers
Damn.
loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
What a ride this movie's been.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the whole town hears the alien invasion with quotation marks. And what do? I think they like start off like a 2-day festival instead of panicking. And then that's when
Oh
Rohit
yeah, here comes the district magistrate. Like he fucking gives a holiday for the whole town or something. And if guys, like in India, district magistrate is strictly like an administrative post. It's not an elected person or anything. They just give some exam and then get that administrative post, and they just have like administrative duties and power. They don't have anything to do with like giving holidays, like behaving like a king of that fucking land,
Yeah.
or
Making tons of
nothing.
money.
or like gathering like an army to like raid the forest with for an alien. They don't have nothing of that sort of power. Like they're just a pure lean administrative post.
Which is so weird because it's a movie. They could have given him any title.
Yeah, they could have.
Why did you
made him
choose
like a
this?
fucking okay? He was a royal prince of like the bygone era's princely state or something like that. He's a politician now or something like that. A politician would hold away more power and influence over people like that. Or it's a minister or something like that. But district magistrate, like which is a clinically lean administrative post.
It's like the
That's nothing-
secretary like telling everyone they don't have to work.
Yeah. Anyway, district magistrate.
And
Yeah, so they throw like a 2-day festival, and then like the kids ask Rohit to dress up, and Rohit dresses up as an alien, and it gave his mom PTSD.
Yeah.
Wait, no, let's talk about that because he did not even dress up as an alien. He takes like a pot, right? Where there's no way that he can put it over his
no
head.
way. Because he's dumb. He doesn't know.
It's just a pot and he draws eyes on it.
Oh yeah,
It was so funny.
There's no hole or anything to put his head through.
Was he gonna like break the pot
Right,
like
and-
with the eyes? 'Cause
And even
that's not
if he
gonna-
does, how is he gonna see or breathe in that pot?
and his head wouldn't even fit, but he's too stupid. By the way, like a 7-year-old can know like if your head can fit in a jar or not. And he's just drawing eyes on this
I think
clay
certain
jar.
part of his brain is in 1-year-old state, certain part is in like 7, and the pituitary gland is in 16.
This holiday is basically Halloween that the town puts on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or,
very briefly.
what was that alien town you visited in Thailand?
Yeah,
Festival.
I forget. Do you remember?
Oh,
the town?
Udon, right? Udon Thani or Ubon.
No.
No, it doesn't matter. I forget.
It's a whole alien festival,
The festival,
right?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot the name.
I forgot.
Oh,
too.
I totally forgot. Like, totally slipped my mind.
But this one in India, in the movie, happened for 2 full days. And even though they realized there's an alien on the loose, they still went on with the festival.
I thought that was weird. Like,
Kaukala.
ah,
Kaukala.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
so.
Calcala.
Kakala, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that kind of festival.
It's like first we Okay, anyway, I thought it was weird. Like first we celebrate and then we hunt the alien. I don't know.
Right?
And that's from Jaws. So they steal from all the Spielberg movies. Because in Jaws, like the shark is on the loose and they still put on a town. Like they still open up the town and have like the town party or whatever, even though like Jaws is still out. So yeah, this alien's still out. And they don't want to tell anyone, so they just put on this
Yeah.
party. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we had like a musical number with Jadu. And I will add like the last 2 songs, like at this point, there's like Coca-Cola product placement that was
There's
so
many
jarring.
product placement.
Yeah,
here.
like I can only remember Coca-Cola, but there was also
Nestle.
The Bonvita.
Yeah, the Bonvita, the drink
health
that they keep talking
that
about.
That's like that keeps on coming again and again. And later we'll have Hero Honda Cup. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Honda. Yeah, that's
And the restaurant they're at is basically a Nestle restaurant. Like in the town square. It's just Nestle.
Well, that's how they were able to get sponsorships to go to so many different countries, I guess. All these ads.
That's it. We solved it.
Yeah.
Money laundering. Anyway,
The Halloween thing was filmed in Brazil.
like Carnival. No, just
Yeah.
inappropriate for kids. Anyway, so Raj finds out that he was being cucked because Rohit and Nisha was like spending a lot of time. So he did what any sensible man would do by announcing to every family that he's gonna marry Nisha.
Easy loophole.
Yeah, that's it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna marry Nisha, and then like just to do it out of spite for Rohit. Rohit gets jealous, and Rohit was upset, right? He was so upset that he was crying to his mom that like, oh, I thought we were boyfriend girlfriend, and I don't know if this is correct translation in the subtitles, but I wrote it down. Like, his mom says it's not possible because Nisha is a sensible woman. She can be a friend, but not companion for life.
She's too sensible for you.
She's too sensible for you.
No, she was actually saying that like she's a normal person and you are not. She can be your friend but not a wife because
Well, she's
you are-
right.
What kind of message is that?
You are not.
He's 6. He can't date. By the way, I keep saying 6-year-old. He's in 7th grade. How old is that?
Like 12 years old.
12?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, 12. All right.
The math doesn't work, right?
Doesn't matter. But yeah.
You need Jadu.
But yeah, like she was saying that, like, she's too sensible for you, and I guess that's when Jadu overheard her say that. So later,
Also, she was just like, it's a male stalk, right? Like, because he also knows what happens, and no, she's telling him that why it happened to him.
Why he turned out that way.
And that's when Jadu is like, oh my god, it was our species' fault that he has
never
the
made
brain
that
development
connection.
issue because of like people, like our people tried to visit before, and then that's when the camera zooms on Jadu. Jadu is like, like sad music, and then Jadu gets like so perplexed, and he understands that now it's the time to take actions and make things right.
I could have done this the whole time, but now I will.
But why would I like meddle in someone's personal life and their brain development?
so what?
But now I have a reason because it was our fault.
So what Keely is referring to is that like later that night, Rohit is sleeping, and then Jadu walks over, puts his hand on Rohit's forehead, and prays the autism away.
Brain deficiency.
Unretards him.
Unretards. I don't know what to say to that.
But he stops midway because Rohit wakes up. So that's why he's not totally cured, if you remember.
Yeah,
Right.
but he's brain sufficient now.
Yeah. He can do 10 standards math.
He can solve math problems at a 10th grade level.
Without any
which was
pencil.
actually a 6th grade level. Like, it was like a very pretty easy rotation problem. And then he can say how to copy and paste the file.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah.
So, this was my favorite scene. And I was so excited to get to this point because he barges in to show off his like smartness and goes in the computer class. He's like, you can't be here. You're too dumb to use a mouse. And he's like, no, I'm smart now. And they're like, prove it. How do you like copy a file? And he's like, oh, well, you just right click on File Explorer and you go to the file document. And it's like the easiest thing in the world. It's
But
like a drag and drop
he-
desktop. It's like how to
He takes
copy
a
the
very
file.
Complicated route. Like his answer sounded very complicated. You went to Windows Explorer and
You right click on the file and then you go to the other window and right click and then click paste. And that's how you copy and paste. And like, holy shit, he's so smart. Dude, do you see kids with like iPads and stuff? This guy's 12. 12-year-olds like make Roblox like computer programs now. Like what? And he's also been around for so long. You've seen the entire progress of computers. And like he's gone from like command prompt to like look up porn to like drag and drop Windows to, XP at this point. It's 2003. And like, but that's like the test they give to kids. Like, can you drag this file over here?
And you see how the expectations of his teachers were so low because that was enough for them to be so impressed that they called his mother to tell him.
He can drag and drop a
Right.
file. He can copy and paste a Word document. Come see this. I've never seen someone this intelligent before.
Yeah. In that scene,
The
basically.
town had a very low bar, I guess.
Yeah, they were done with
No
him.
one's ever been able to copy and
No,
paste
the
a
town,
file.
The whole intelligence of the town is pretty low.
I mean, and also like the school was trying to kick him out, right? They were telling his mom to take him to
Yeah.
like a school for slower children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they did not.
He even did like that mic drop moment where he was telling the teacher, Rohit was telling the teacher, do not make man so small because they can achieve greatness or something.
Yes,
Like, and then all the kids are like clapping like,
was
"Whoa."
like, oh my god, he just not only learned computer and math, he learns like how to be a politician and stuff like
Oh,
that. Like
and
an
his
influencer.
eyesight. Yeah, don't forget his eyesight.
Oh,
Now he
yeah,
doesn't need
that's the Spider-Man.
glasses. Yeah,
That's the Spider-Man there.
that's when he first realizes something like
Spider-Man
he's
was
cured.
2002, right?
Yeah, it came out right after just Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's the Spider-Man one. Yeah.
Spider-Man was 2001, I think.
2001.
2001,
Yeah.
yeah, that was wild. And then like his mom, they called his mom, and then like she hugs the alien. Like the way I see it is like, you made my son not retarded anymore.
He can get a wife now. He can take care of me when I'm old.
He can get a sensible woman.
He can be normal.
And that's not everything. He gets superpowers. He gets like super strength. Like
Oh
he
yeah,
throws,
and
he
his
kicks.
muscles are like all
Popeye.
like built up.
Yeah, his muscles rip his shirt. He hulks out.
Nobody wonders, by the way, how he just got ripped overnight. Nobody ever
But that
asks.
happens in Spider-Man as well.
Jeez.
I think the Jadu explanation makes more sense than a spider biting you.
Yeah.
More realistic for sure. Aliens coming
much
to
more.
heal
What?
your
It's-
dumb brain.
like no, it's a part of brain that makes your muscle.
Yep. And Jadu, by the way, is a blue
That's-
small
That's
alien.
how muscles work. By brain.
Yeah. Jadu is a kid. Jadu looks like a baby alien. I don't think they ever revealed if he was a baby alien, if there is a hierarchy or a family unit in the alien world in general. But he looks like a baby alien, right?
He's a cute
Yeah.
blue
Yeah.
alien the size of a child.
Like the size of all of his friends, Rohit's friends.
Correct.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why he mistook him as one of his child friend like Bittu. Like,
Yeah.
He thought like it's his friend, like kid friend. Jadu.
So so Rohit gains like superpowers, and now that he's like a charismatic stud, he confronts Nisha, and Nisha tells him that there's nothing. There's nothing. I'm not getting married. She's not getting married to Raj, and I think we had this weird scene, man. I think it's weird. I don't know. It's like he said that he'll find a partner for Nisha, so he asked Nisha, what are you looking for? And Nisha's like, I'm looking for like a mentally and physically strong man.
I'm
And they're
looking
like-
for someone who's dumb as bricks but strong.
And he just, I think he like rips his shirt a bit. I don't remember, but he pins her.
No, he pins her.
He pins
And he's
her.
like, am I strong enough now?
That's kind of
and then
that's
she's
weird,
like,
man.
what? I mean, she kind of deserved
So
it
turned
because
on.
she was playing around him being dumb and then like all those gray area bullshit. So she kind of deserves it.
Wow. Okay.
This is
If you say so.
Listen, sorry,
Hey, you-
sorry to revisit this, but now I like when I'm thinking about this, if they did date and he goes to like his friend's birthday party, she's like a 22-year-old woman going to like, you know, a 12-year-old boy's birthday party. She has to hang out with all his dumb
Well,
friends.
we mentioned this point while watching it, right? Like she was gradually becoming a kid.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
true.
Hanging out with the kids, like her behavior, her mannerism kind of behave like was becoming like kids, right?
Yeah, she got
more
a lot better as
childish.
a woman by becoming dumber.
Which was a nice character development, nice script writing. Yeah, there.
I think it's the lesson that we shouldn't forget our inner child.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yes.
putting a positive spin on this, Nikki. Thank you.
I mean, that's why I date children. I mean, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway.
No, guys, that was just a
That was a
pure
joke. Big joke.
Jadu.
Please don't cancel us. Anyway, so yeah, the mom finds the alien. The kids find the alien.
Yeah.
And there's like a.
Do you remember when the mom doesn't see the alien though, but even though he's like in plain sight?
It's like they were hiding in like a fruit. There's like a
Well,
basket.
one morning, right after he cures Rohit, like
Yeah.
the mom walks in and Rohit's literally just sitting in front of the alien. You can see the alien behind.
Like, the alien is right behind. There's this blue thing right behind her she just doesn't see. And there's this other scene where like he's just like in there like somewhere, but she's doing laundry and just like doesn't see this blue alien. Just not even
I've seen
hiding.
that scene many times on other films.
It's so fucking funny.
Yeah, she's blind.
Yeah.
She's blind.
She's blind. Blind faith. And then the next thing was that like I have a question for Winnie or Keely. It's like, do Indian clubs, like nightclubs, have host dance competitions?
Yeah, I was like, what night? Yeah, I exactly said the same thing with the dance competition. I'm like, what nightclubs have dance competition on a random night? Like, okay, I've not been into many dance clubs in India, but like dance competition there, no way.
It's
They
not a
always
thing?
do competitions. It's always like Hero Cup or like
Yeah.
the dance competition. Like it's always these weird little
It's magic.
we have to have judges say that you're better.
With how big like Bollywood dancing is, I assume there'd be some dance offs in the clubs.
No, never.
No, not a thing.
No, it's just men dancing and irritating women.
Yeah, because I asked that question because Rohit wants to impress Nisha with like some dance skills.
Yeah.
And then like he enters like this dance competition in a nightclub. Okay. And like at first he fumbles and then you get like this really like flamboyant musical number.
Yeah,
Where
it's
he's like-
magic. It's magic.
It's like disco
he
dancer.
He was kind of copying Devanand. He's like a very old, like you know, like 50s, 60s, 70s era of Bollywood, 60s and 70s, I guess. Yeah, of Bollywood. Like he kind of dressed like him, so that's why he was looking so retro. And he was shaking his head like in a certain way, which was like a very Devanand signature move. And like his hand movement, like when he starts dancing and he cannot dance, those phase that particular part on that whole scene was kind of influenced. Like he was shown to be trying to imitate Devanand, which is really absurd because a kid of 2003 would not ever watch Devanand on their own if their parents or their grandparents are not playing anything on it. I mean, they would try to copy the contemporary heroes, like which kids goes back to like 60 years old heroes to try to imitate. But anyway, like
I just like that,
That
it's
happened.
like a full circle for me because all I can think about is Happy New Year. Dance competitions. We're always having dance
oh my god.
competitions.
But Hrithik dances so well,
Yes.
so much better than those Happy New Year thugs. Yeah.
Better than Shah Rukh Khan, dude? What are you
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course he's a better
Oh,
dancer than
okay.
Shah Rukh Khan.
Alright.
Of course, any day. He's like one of the best dancers. Yeah,
Ooh.
hands down. Yeah.
Well,
Better than the
three
disco
hands down
dancer?
for him.
Better than Disco Dancer, man?
I mean, yeah, he's from different era, but yeah, yes, like
Yeah, and then he wins. I guess he wins over Nisha because all the ladies there were like, "Oh, you're so terrific," and then it's like,
"You're gonna dance with me." And okay, I there was another thing. Like I saw Nisha's face expression change while he started dancing, and then like he grabs Nisha and dance with her, and like. Yeah, anyway, it felt really weird, like how her facial expression was changing. Like she's like shocked. I was like joking that she could feel his boner or something like that.
Okay. So then the biker gang walks into the club.
I call my dick Jadu.
Oh Jesus!
It's magic.
Okay.
All right.
This will make you not stupid.
Okay. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So this is where the thing that Adam was mentioning a lot earlier is that the biker gang comes in with a basketball, with a basketball in hand.
You're right. So, like, are they playing a game in the club? If not, like, why is he walking around in the club with a basketball?
I
Like,
think it's their bullying props.
he just loves walking. Like, you just came from a game at the club.
So it's like people walks in with the clubs like hockey stick and stuff like that to bully and beat people up. They walk in with basketball.
Do people actually do that though in Indian clubs? Do they walk in with props?
Basketballs?
Any kind of props?
No, if there's gonna be broken, of course people gonna be like get ready with clubs and stuff.
But
like, what do you
basketball's
think,
the
like, if
worst
there's a
thing
fight?
to bring to a fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think they're just trying to trigger
That's
PTSD
absurd.
because they had hit him with the basketball once
Oh,
before,
yeah,
right?
you
So
were
it's
so
probably like
right.
don't
You were
forget.
So right.
Yeah.
You were totally on point. Yeah, that's the only explanation here.
Yeah, they're actually really smart.
Yeah.
So they walk in all angry, right? And then like Raj was like, "Stealing my girl, huh?" And so he challenges Rohit to this basketball game, and the winner gets the hero cup that Keely mentioned.
No,
and
winner gets to kiss the.
yeah,
Okay.
the hero cup, and then a kiss from Nisha. Did they ask Nisha about this beforehand? No. Who gives a
way.
fuck? Who gives a fuck? They're gonna get a kiss whoever wins.
This
right?
tradition
Yeah, and-
lies in Indian epics, guys. In Mahabharata, like they kind of the debate was the wife of the Pandavas, like Draupadi, like they were like, oh, if they challenged the Kauravas, like the other side, like the villain side, on a game of Pasha, which is like a Ludo kind of like a board game, and whoever wins gets their wife. Like they're already sharing a wife, so they gets their wife. So yeah, it lies. I mean, and the bait was done by the hero side.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, in the Indian epic, like that history lies in Indian epics. So
I do
there's
like if it's like because it's not like a one-on-one game, it's a basketball game. So you have to get your friends to do this game for you so that you can kiss this girl. And if my friend was like, hey, can you like play basketball with me? And if we win, I get to kiss this girl who wasn't asked. I'd be like, fuck off. Like, no, don't care.
But-
There's like nothing in it for me.
But here is my question. It shows it's a champions trophy. Like it's a championship, right? So it has a trophy. It's like a medal, and then like a lot of audiences and everything. So it means like there has to be a league of
Right.
tournament.
A
Like there
ladder.
will be other teams, and then you have to sign up at one point, and then get to the final and win this big huge cup, and then like get which deserves to be attended by so many audiences and stuff. But here he just puts a challenge, a random bait, and then he goes to a huge championship trophy. Like it transition, the match is a championship trophy where like the whole town is present to watch, and it's like the winner gets a motorbike and
Yeah.
a cup. Like what the fuck is this tournament?
They just any
How
team can
you
sign
get
up.
directly to the final match without playing it before, because they were directly going to the final match because people were surprised that the kids are playing here, right?
Right.
It's not like they challenged them and then went up to the ladder and made them at final. No, they directly went to the final match. I think, what is that cup?
The whole town is there, and it's a team of adults versus a team of children for a motorcycle.
Rohit had one job, right? He already had the powers by Jadu to help him. He just had to find a team of adults, and he still couldn't do that. He got a bunch of 10-year-olds.
It is like the most surreal scene ever. Just seeing like the adults versus kids thing. I was just
Right, and people taking it
sent me-
seriously.
Yeah, there's so much to question. No one questioned anything. Why are the opposing team children? Why did they get superpowers? Who cares?
Why are they flying
Why are
all
they
over?
flying?
Give him a motorcycle.
Like nothing was.
And then cloudy day, suddenly like they
Yeah.
lose their superpowers.
Well, okay, back in. We're jumping ahead. How did they get these powers? How are they flying?
Jadu is because of Jadu. Literally, like they were just trying to figure out how are we gonna beat these guys? And then Jadu gives them the ability to jump high, I guess.
Fly, literally fly.
They're flying around with basketballs, like doing After Effects, zooming around the screen.
Yeah. But at some point, they start to lose pretty bad, right?
They started to lose pretty bad, but like the thing,
Because it's cloudy.
it was so cloudy, and the thing that I forgot to mention is that Jadu feeds off sunlight. That's how he gets his powers, with sunlight. Is that like a god thing? I don't know.
No. His power is sunlight. Like he like trees do photosynthesis and garnish his power by using sunlight. So that was the explanation Nisha was giving, right? So like Jadu uses sunlight to turn energy.
I just see it as an act of God.
Basically, he's useless in a Scandinavian country or at nighttime.
That's why he didn't go there.
But yeah, they come in with this like the way they hide Jadu is like Jesus. They like Rohit is wearing like a huge basket backpack or something, and then they just leave it in the corner that is like so out of
There's
place.
2 holes in it, like for Jadu's eyes.
No one asks anything. No one bothers to look at what are they carrying. Nothing. It's just there. Like no one bats an eye. Like, and that's where they get their powers. Like at first they were like
pretty naive townspeople.
they
This
were
whole cloud thing reminds me of Indian Prime Minister saying like the Indian army like Indian army did a sneak attack on Pakistan's soil with like the Indian Air Force, and then it was nothing. It was like a fall attack and stuff like that. And then later on, Prime Minister came on like media and said like, that day it was cloudy, so I thought the radar cannot catch the airplanes, and that's why I thought like, badal hai, like easy ho sakta hai, kind of thing. Like it was cloudy, so like that would help us hiding the airplanes from the radar. So that was so absurd. Everyone was like, what? Like, do you even know like how radar technology works and stuff like that? So whenever I was watching this scene like where it was cloudy, so Jadu couldn't work for a bit. Like it reminded me of our Prime Minister's speech, like how he decided to attack on which day because it was a cloudy day.
5G towers.
Yeah.
Or something.
Anyways,
like it got cloudy and then like they it got cloudy and then they lose their powers, and that's when Raj's team was like dominating to like 50 points, I think, or something.
Like 70 something.
49 to 47 or 48. Yeah.
49. It was an odd number because I didn't know like how basketball.
Yeah,
points
2 points or
works,
3 points.
Okay.
But then a lot of times they're like shooting it in and they're just getting 1 point up. So it didn't seem consistent throughout the movie.
Yeah. And the basketball, just the basketball stadium was in the forest.
And at the very end, let's not forget that Rohit not only shoots the final buzzer point in, but he also ends up standing on the hoop. He's like literally stood on the hoop.
He stood on the hoop, and then he also did like pull-ups just to gloat. Fucking douchebag. He became a douchebag.
I mean, yeah, he was turning into douchebag. Like his mannerism, the talking points, the things where he was saying, he was kind
He's a 12-year-old, guys. If a 12-year-old could fly and have muscles like that, he'd be a huge douchebag.
Well, no longer. Now, mentally, he seems to be, I don't know, 70 or 80 years old. Wisdom.
70 or 80.
Very wise.
So, if Jadu could do anything, he should have just like moved the ball to the hoop, right? Not the people, right?
Yeah.
That was like so.
Because they have to be discreet, right? They cannot let they know that everyone is looking for this one alien.
Let them throw the ball.
Yeah.
Because the ball just goes in the net all the time. That would have been way easier, but no, he was making the kids fly and Hrithik fly literally from one end of the court to the other end of the court. That's where he lands on the hoop, right?
And an alien just landed in the city a week ago, right? So but nobody seems suspicious or confused or anything. They're just celebrating this victory.
They're like, Jadu, he like doesn't know the rules of basketball, and he keeps like making them score for the other team and stuff. They're like, Jadu, shit, we didn't teach him basketball. He keeps flying us all around the court and we keep losing.
Yeah, and they did an Airbud moment. He wins. Rohit's team wins. Gets the girl, but not. He doesn't get the kiss because they take the bike together, the Honda bike, and then goes on like a. I think this is like the song where they fall in love or something. It was like taking place in the Alps. Where they wear a lot of costumes too, like very fun. So it's very campy. I don't know.
No,
like,
that is a very Bollywoody part. Like
is.
when the music number happens all over the world, and then
They
like
transport to the mountains.
But then like celebration gets cut short because like the army is like hunting down the Jadu, and then that guy, the comedian police
Johnny Liver,
he sees like the basket moving, and then like this is a weird cut because like he sees the basket moving, so he calls upon the army, and then suddenly the basket is like in the middle of a field, and then they like surround. They like
circle it again.
They're circling it again. They circle around the bag, and as with all like they all came out with like guns pointed at this basket, and as soon as the moment they draw in, I don't know what happens, but like Rohit just comes in, like swoops in and grabs the bag. I don't know how he knew that. I don't understand that. Like, and then we get like this long chase scene, and then he gets cornered. And they go through the basket, and then it wasn't the alien. Yeah, it was like a bunch of like Bay of Hail, like Bay of Hail, Bay of Hay, and then like
Bay of Hay. No, just a bale of hay.
It's like a tongue twister for me. And then
cut back to the bedroom where Jadu is explaining how he evaded. But here's the thing, Jadu cannot talk Hindi. Like, he just makes sounds and barely few words. But he could explain narrate the whole fucking story.
But Jadu does speak Hindi. Later on, he speaks actual Hindi.
Words. Yeah, he understands Hindi for a very weird reason. I mean, even though Rakesh Roshan, like Hrithik's father, was like sending all this Om signal, but he could just send like Hindi songs, I guess, Bollywood songs, and Jadu could have understood. Like, Jadu species could have understood because he just understand Hindi perfectly. Later on we found out.
So they're all in the house, right? And then the army is like has them surrounded, and Jadu basically explains Sonia suggests that there's only one way we can get away with this, is to send Jadu home, which is like E.T. And then Jadu explains that if he goes back home, they all lose their superpowers. And I thought that was like, in the beginning, I'm gonna get into it a little bit, but like they were gonna, like, that's why I thought that it was kind of nice, like kind of tragic in a way, but like I thought the message was like, okay, if we return Jadu, it's like be you, to be yourself. Yeah. Like be your man-child, authentic man-child self. Right? Yeah. But I'm going to get into that a little later, what happens at the end. But I think you all know what I'm going to talk about. But basically, like, you get, like, this long chase scene where... I guess I'll cut right to the end of it. Essentially, he sends Jadu home. And he gets Jadu goes home with his, like, family of blue alien freaks. And he basically gets... Rohit basically gets arrested by the army, but then like you get like this quick montage that he gets released because he's a shining example of compassion and kindness. No, and also because he's mentally disabled.
Mental health issues. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, they're like, what are we doing here?
and then they just hail him as a hero, and then like you get like this final scene where like he's like walking with Nisha. And Nisha just says this thing where, like, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking about how you lost your powers, but my love for you has not gone away. So
I'm seeing a dick. That's good. I'm gonna keep getting back to it.
And then Raj corners them again, and then like basically goads him into like kicking the basketball back at it.
The
basketball. And so Rohit does kick the basketball, and then it turns out that he still has superpowers.
Yes. And he sees Jadu's spaceship on the top of the corner of the eye, like of the sky.
Yeah,
So,
and Nisha says like, you got your powers back. So then, what was the whole point?
here's my theory. I think Jadu is not giving him the power forever. It's just like he gonna visit the near about Earth from time to time, and those are the days Hrithik can perform.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Nisha's gonna have to deal with Hrithik being 7 years old on some days and a proper adult on some days. Wow, way to keep a relationship alive.
Nisha is calling Jadu like, where the fuck are you?
Please come back. Please come back. He's throwing food on the wall.
It's been fucking 5 days. You were supposed to take break for 2 days. Come the fuck here.
He can't stop watching porn. He knows computer now.
I think that's my biggest hung up, because like it just feels like it's such a cop out, man. Like I just think that it undid all the because you're gonna lose your powers.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna send a message that like, hey, it's
Be
fine.
your stupid self.
But it's the decision. It's the decision that's the big deal, right? You know, he didn't know that he would get the power back, but he took the chance, and he not. Took
Yeah,
the
it was
chance,
a selfless
It's a
sacrifice.
selfless sacrifice, which was paid as like it's like biblical stories, like when you are about
He's
to
Jesus.
when you are about to sacrifice your kid, but at the end the God gives your kid back to you anyway because you sacrificed your kid.
But imagine being a developmentally disabled person watching this, expecting to like feel better about yourself for the positive message of the movie, and at the end it's like,
What positive
yeah,
message?
the
Like,
end, it's
only
like,
way you can get better is like by
have an alien.
Yeah. Rely on your benevolent god alien.
I think they wanted to have the moment too where Nisha's like, even if you're stupid, I still like you. So so it doesn't seem like she's in it for the wrong reasons.
Like
but
her
it's
love
not
is
the wrong
conditional.
reasons, because it made him like a normal, like mental age. So like that's not liking him for the wrong reasons. That is, a good thing. And then, but they needed her to be like, no, I
Here
still
is
like you
my-
when you're really stupid
Here's my
too.
point. He had a developmental issue, right? But he doesn't have a memory issue or anything. He cannot process newer information. He cannot process maybe the newer emotions and stuff. But whatever he learned during that phase should stay with him, right?
Yeah,
It shouldn't go away. Like the copy paste function that he learned because of Jadu, he shouldn't forget.
It's so funny if he goes back to a computer. He's like, I have no idea how this works anymore. I don't know how to copy this file. I'm only
shouldn't
12
go away.
mentally. 12-year-olds have no idea how to use a mouse.
Yeah, that's her movie.
Wow.
And I guess that's not the end of it, because like, okay, so I watched it separately from you guys, right? And then by the time I was finished with the movie, I was like clamoring for more.
Wow.
And then like,
wow.
I found out that there is more.
Yes.
There is
Hooray.
more. There's a sequel. And it's not even an E.T. parody anymore. It's a superhero movie.
The film took the only trajectory it could logically have.
Right.
It's a superhero
What happens
movie.
after E.T.? Elliot has a kid, and the kid
No,
is a
Elliot
superhero.
has a kid. Elliot's friend has a kid.
Oh yeah, right. Elliot's girlfriend has a kid. Elliot married an adult woman, and their kid had a superhero baby because of E.T.
It's because of the power he gave Rohit, and his dick got like superpower.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of course, yeah.
Yeah. Then his son becomes a superhero.
Yeah, so they made Krish 1 or Krish and then Krish 3.
3. There's no 2.
So there's no Krish 2 because it's just Krish is the sequel, and then Krish 3,
It's the third
obviously.
part.
Yeah, and we will watch these, of course. We have to.
Yeah.
They're ready to. I don't know when yet, but yes, it becomes a superhero
Rocket
series
Roshan
played by
is-
the same guy, playing his own son.
Yeah, which is like regular thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, this guy Rakesh Roshan, the director, he has this weird thing that he always starts his film's name with a K,
yeah.
and also he believes in numerology and stuff like that. So I wonder whether Krish 2 like not using Krish 2 is a decision out of like this reason or like
Or-
is a numerologist reason.
There's 2 R's in Krish, so maybe the 2 R's meant it's the second one.
Yes.
R
Wow,
for
you guys are
retarded.
pulling.
Yes.
Yeah, there's double retard. After watching this movie, it does have the exact same plot as E.T., but it makes you realize that the plot of E.T. is really stupid, and how much of a genius Spielberg is. Like, it's so easy to make bad movies. And the concept of like, okay, an alien gets left behind and then forms a bond with a child and gives him Superpowers and the alien goes back. It's literally it's both movies, but Spielberg took that and made one of the greatest movies ever. It's just an incredible movie. Emotional stakes are like amazing. Like it's perfect. It's like a perfect film. And then this company takes the exact same plot and makes like 3 hours of like shit basically with the exact same framework. Not to shit on the childhood film, but like it's amazing. Like it just made me respect Spielberg because it's so easy for things to go left with weird high concept ideas like this. And I have more respect for E.T. now.
There you go. E.T. ripoff. Rips off E.T.
Did you have thoughts, Winnie? Like, because you grew up with it, revisiting it now.
Well, it's hard for me to be super critical of it the way you are. That's why I think I'm pushing back when you make critical statements also. But I've never watched E.T., so I cannot compare. But I think this was a children's movie, a family movie. That was the client, like the target audience, right?
Yes.
So I think they kind of shaped the movie pretty well for their target audience. That's why there's a cute alien as well. Was the alien in E.T. cute like this?
He was uglier.
A lot uglier and more frail. Like an old man.
Yeah.
I remember like I expected more out of this film for some reason. I didn't know. I don't know why.
Even as a kid, we have to touch upon this. So was Killy also a stubborn film critic as a child? Apparently, yes.
I was not a child then. Like I was. Wait, 2003, right?
Yeah.
2003 means I was already 13.
So the
same age.
Same as Hrithik Roshan's mental age. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And you still weren't impressed?
You didn't relate completely to this?
I wanted more because I was already a fan of Hrithik because he has this nice physique and then his mannerism was way better than the contemporary actors in my eyes. Like in my teenage he was like more charismatic than other heroes. And then I had seen his action films already, like where he was like a really good action, played like really nice like fighting like action characters and then like stuff like that. So I was kind of expecting more as an alien like a more nuance in the story than this. Yeah.
But he did act very well in the movie, I think.
He actually did. Like he acts better than Amir Khan, I would say.
In PK.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
Amir Khan's playing an alien. Yeah, it's hard to judge.
Skill is like choosing nice scripts, not acting. Acting is like at par with any other Tom, Dick, Harry, but he chooses nice scripts for Bollywood standard. Yeah.
Nikki, what were your thoughts?
Well, despite all the batshit insaneness that goes into this movie, I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it's like everything I love about Bollywood. It's just the way it tells the story. It's just all the ridiculous things that could happen. Because I think I kind of feel like I know what to expect from a blockbuster like this after seeing things like Jawan, like things that defies like like normal plot conventions and like character developments. It's just like it's amazing. It's just funny. It's illogical in a way, but it's the whole thing is like a big roller coaster ride. Very cliched. Yeah, I liked it. I cannot wait to see the sequel.
Actually, fun thing, like you were saying that I was critical, right? But I actually like Krish.
More than Koi Mil Gaya?
Yeah.
Do you really like Krish?
I like Krish like when I watched it.
Yeah.
I watched it in theater though.
I'm excited to watch Krish.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch it. It is a weird leap. You wouldn't think that this is where the movie would go next.
Yeah.
Adam, what about you?
I liked it. No, I enjoyed it. I mean, again, it made me really respect E.T. the movie does that same thing with Tilly. What was the other one we saw that had the Terminator music?
Karan Arjun.
Yeah, the one that we never finished because it was so bad. But like, when they were playing Terminator music, I'm like, wow, I really miss Terminator. And like every time they brought up E.T. themes, I'm like, I really would like to be watching E.T. because E.T. is really good. And I like this movie. It's fun. The switching locations is batshit. Like, I was trying to imagine how you would even edit, like how you would plan shooting that when like 2 different shots on the same street are in different countries. I was like, that's wild. And I could totally be if I was a kid watching this, like 9 or 10, I would be obsessed with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be 100% obsessed with it. Like the basketball, of course. Like I would love the Air Bud antics. I like aliens. You know, yeah. The main character's ripped and there's scooters in it. Like I would love it. I'd have a huge crush on Nisha as well.
And Jadu, don't forget Jadu.
And I would have a huge crush on
Yeah,
Jadu as well.
so
You're right. I would
cute.
love Jadu.
How would you have crush on Jadu?
It's
Like
cute.
you like Jadu, like as a pet.
No, I wanted to fuck Jadu. I thought he was sexually. No, I thought he was sexually attractive.
What's more unethical, fucking Jadu or Hrithik Roshan?
That's such a good
Hrithik
question.
Roshan.
That's such a good question. Why do you
Jadu-
say that? It's
Because Jadu looks because Jadu, however cute or alien he is, he still looks an adult of that species.
You're saying it's more ethical to fuck Jadu.
We never see any other aliens. We don't know what.
I mean, the way he takes the
yeah.
decision that it was aliens' fault that Hrithik turns out this way, so he has to like do help and then like everything. And
Really
then,
big leaps.
The mental gymnastics to be able to fuck an alien.
all the decisions Jadu took and everything. I think Jadu is an adult, at least like older than Hrithik, like young Hrithik. Or like,
Yeah, I
dumb
think
Hrithik, yeah.
it would be better if Nisha had fucked Jadu than.
Okay, so different species is better than underage
Yes.
mentally.
Yeah, I'll stand by that.
Yeah, fair,
As
fair
long
enough.
as it's a consenting alien, I think it's okay.
I mean, there was.
boobs.
More like don't touch me.
Oh my god. Jadu does like boob.
Okay, thanks for giving me that image. I'm so not gonna take so not gonna forget.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my god. Guys, must watch. This is a must watch. Like, this is one of the best alien film ever made. Not only in India, but in the whole universe.
Yeah, and I think it gives
Yeah.
good insight on how aliens act.
We did like 2 alien films already?
PK.
Yeah.
PK, yeah.
Whoa.
Is there a big alien theme in Bollywood?
No,
in general?
it's rare, but we
Alright.
did already 2. I think these are the 2 alien films ever.
That cannot be. But all right, cool. Thank you for listening.
Thank you guys
We'll
for
see you
joining
next
in.
time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Wait, we need
Bye-bye.
to do a call to action. Winnie, go.
Do what?
No.
Call to action, like, share, subscribe.
Please like and subscribe and give us a review on Apple Podcasts. And if you give us a 5-star review but still insult us, we will still read the review in an episode. Whatever you say, we'll read out loud if you review us.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.